Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Shout out to BVO Boxing. You understand? Check the boy out. Check the kid out. You understand?
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Sports TV. We back on another video, man. Salute. Still, we got my man Crushing here early. We got my man Uncle Cash. We got my man Free. Salute to everybody in the building, man. We about to cook today. So I'm excited about this today's show because, man, we're going to get a chance to talk about Teofimo López upcoming fight less than 2 weeks away. Teo versus Shakur Stevenson, one of the best fighters in the world. I'm excited about it. A lot of people don't get excited. One of the things where I'm excited because sorry, I got a call while I was on live. I'll say this: I'm excited because we get to have a conversation about one of my favorite. Hold on, my bad. I had the mic muted, my bad. But like I said, in Teo's case, they say he's not perfect, like they used to say about Floyd. Which is cool. I understand that. You know, people make mistakes and say things. Of course, you know, you gotta live for what you say. And I can say I'm learning that for real in my personal life, man. You gotta watch what you say. Even if you don't mean any ill intent or you're messing around, whatever the case may be, it can still be taken a certain way. But I'll say this. Teofimo López has an opportunity to do something special, man. And that's going there and beat one of the best fighters in the world. And I think Teofimo López, to me, is just the guy to do it. Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter. I don't want nobody to get that mistaken. He's a great fighter. I'm actually a pretty big supporter here. I just think in this fight, this is going to be the first fight in his career where he got to come back. And he kind of got to come do something. Because I'm going to tell you guys this. The thing about Teo with this, he's going to be tested. Because I'm telling you, if you watch that Willie Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson fight, you seen some holes with Shakur. The thing is this. I think Willie showed us that Shakur can be hit. The only thing that kind of scares me about that fight is this. I did hear Shakur say he would never fight like that again. And when you hear a guy say something like that, it's like, dang. So he don't care about giving you a terrific fight. That was the best fight I thought I'd ever seen by him. And he said he'll never fight like that again. So in a way, that was kind of a letdown because when I look at Shakur, I'm thinking, oh man, if he banging like this, we gotta get all the fights. But I'm gonna say this about that. That's what we deal with sometimes in boxing, where we deal with guys who don't necessarily always want to fight certain ways. Salute to my man Coach Hackett, salute to my man Prize. But yeah, I think the thing with Shakur is this. You know, Coach turned me on to this. He's definitely Bobby Fischer. So what you got to do with a guy like that?
Wait, say that again.
I said he's definitely Bobby Fischer. He's a chess master. He's a technician. Yeah. I think with a guy like him, all jokes aside, you got to rush him. And you got to make him feel your power.
He might get punished if you rush him, though.
Like my man Derek DeSour said, I want to feel the power, baby. I want to feel that power.
Well, he's a maniac, though. You can't compare.
You got to bring that power. And I think that Teo, for the first time, he got to exercise some demons in that ring. We all go through struggles. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all out here in the audience is perfect. Smash the like button for your boy BVO. Smash the like button. I know we almost getting there. We have to stop the show, man, until we get our likes up. But come on, man, we got almost 30 people in the building, man. Smash the like button.
Hey, y'all shorted it yesterday. At least smash it today.
Definitely, man. We had 4,000 views, 12 likes. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to do us better than that. Come on, man. BVO is one of the only African American YouTubers out fucking boxing. Not no Jamaican, not nothing else. I'm talking about foundational Black American from the greatest city God ever created, Cleveland. So y'all definitely got to hit the like button. But like I was saying, when you talk about a guy like Shakur, he is such a masterful boxer. You cannot fall in the trap of letting him get comfortable, because if you do, you'll lose. And I think Teo has to really come in there on his game. And I think this is the time where Teo can show a lot of people that he's better than he thought he was. Let me ask you this, Coach. When you see a guy like Teo that you actually got to watch grow up, when you see him going against a master like Shakur, what do you think about when you see that fight as a coach?
It's a hard fight. I mean, I think, like I said, Shakur is Bobby Fischer. Shorty is he's a master at defense. He's a master at distance. You don't fear his power, but you do have to fear his mind. He thinks his way through fights. And I think the worst thing that happened was he took a fight where he said, I'm going to be macho instead of think my way through. And he saw that that's not him. And he said, I'll never do that again. And so I think for a fighter like Teofimo, who is Teofimo is very good. He's very good. But he's not Bobby Fischer. Teofimo has tricks, whereas Shakur has technique, finesse, and IQ. So he's not gonna tap his shoe and punch you. He's not gonna drop squat and all that stuff. Shakur will make you play into what he wants to do. Teofimo, I think, has to style you into what he wants you to do. You know, I just don't.
What do you mean when you say style him into it? What does that mean when you
like
say
slapping the feet, doing like what he just said, them antics,
doing the antic stuff. You know, I'll style you into coming out of your square. And if I did a slap my shoe and punch you, now you feel like you got to do an Ali shuffle or some old crazy robodope. Shakur not go over that. Even if he slap his shoe and punch Shakur gonna answer back with a 4-punch combination that all 4 of the punches land.
Now I heard Coach say that Shakur did something that he never done before, and he said that he wouldn't do it again. But keep it a bean though. Wasn't he good at it though? To see him slug it out like that, I thought he was great at it.
Yeah, he looked terrific.
I thought he was awful at it. And I think if I'm coaching him, and I've seen Bobby Fischer for 20-something times, and then you do that one time, I'm gonna be the one to tell you, don't you ever do that again.
I thought he was nice at letting his hands fly like that. I mean, he was busting dude up.
Did he almost get dropped?
No.
Yeah, he almost
at no point in the fight he almost got dropped.
Said he almost got knocked out.
No, he didn't. He was more off balance.
Even Shakur said it. He almost dropped me. I'll never do that again. Even Shakur said it.
I never heard him say that. Y'all got to send me that video.
Yeah, he almost dropped me. I won't fight like that. And
I heard him say that.
Yeah, and to me, it's like an old saying, out of the mouth of babes. If you ask a 3-year-old to look at that clip and say, "Oh shit, that's my daddy. My daddy almost got knocked down." Baby don't have no skin in the game when it comes to the mental play aspect of being a fan. She just said what she saw. And I think from that situation, if I'm coaching him, if you go back to any of his fights where he was Bobby Fischer, you never even saw him in a situation where he seemed like he was hurt. And so I would say we're gonna stay away from that. That's
I agree. Now that I agree with. Now I want to see him. Yeah. Where people say, "Oh, he's boring. He runs." Da 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 da. I want to see him get back to just winning. Because at the end of the day, it's about winning.
And his style is a low offensive style. I put it like this: if you equate it to football, if your defense gets 2 interceptions and return them for touchdowns, his offense is going to start milking the clock in the first quarter because he won't make a mistake. He won't make a mistake. He's always going to put you in third and sevens, where if you punt the ball, you're going to pin them inside the 10. He's never going to look at the coach and say, let's go for it, because he knows how to win without needing a lot of offense.
Facts.
You know what I will say? Shakur remind me of this car they made by Plymouth. It's called the Road Runner. And I think when you're dealing with a Road Runner, you just can't fall for those tricks, man. You don't want Teal to be out there looking like Wile E. Coyote, man, getting ran over with smoke on him. I think the thing is this. I think Teal got to realize who he is. Teal is the true 2-time Ring Magazine champion. Every division he's been in, he's been a lineal champion. That's some Joe Louis, Jack Johnson type of stuff. To be the best guy in your division, every division you touch. I think he got to remember, man, he is the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather, man. So he got to go on there and really come up with a great game plan and find a way to beat him, because we seen Floyd lose to Castillo and come back and beat the hell out of him.
Man, I don't think he lost.
No, he lost. He lost.
I don't think he did.
He lost. And I'm gonna tell you the funny thing about it. And it's the thing that made me laugh about Teo. If Teo had waves in the beard, a lot of these race fans would like him. They would like him. If he had waves in the beard, they would like him.
Not if he was being racist towards us Puerto Rican people.
But listen, you're the same folks who talk bad about Adrian Broner, who's the youngest 4-division champion in boxing history. I mean, he got some issues, but that comes with it. Everybody doesn't have, the proper guidance to go through this. Because I got to remember, when we on the internet, we dealing with people who are perfect. You guys are perfect. You guys are gold medalists and perfect, and you guys are mentioned
rich and got properties.
So I get it. So I'm just saying, for us poor folks that's coming up trying to do something special, I think it's just very important to understand that when you fight Shakur, you got to pressure him. We can put any way we want to put. Teo has to come out of his comfort zone and be first.
If Teo go out there in the first 3 rounds, and he makes any attempt to box Shakur, turn the television off, watch your favorite game show, and just wait till ESPN. Hey, just wait till ESPN run across the bottom of the score. Shakur wins a unanimous decision. Teo has he's not winning in the department of height. He's not winning in the department of boxing IQ. The one thing I think he can win in, I think he can win the stamina fight, and I think he can win the fight about strength and just making a mauling situation. He can do that. But if he attempts to go out there and box Shakur and think he can win a boxing, it'll never.
Yeah, hold on. I think Coach fell on the step. Hey, I think we got my man Puerto Rican Free.
What's he driving around?
We got you. Sometimes.
Go ahead, Coach.
You fell off, but go ahead.
You went out.
Oh, my bad.
Said, Coach. Go back to what you said.
Sometimes people have to understand you have to beat people with the only kryptonite they have. And the only kryptonite that Shakur has that I've been able to see from the amateurs all the way up is punching power. That's his only kryptonite. And not in the sense that he can't punch. All boxers can punch. In the sense that you don't have to worry about one touch knocking you out. So you're gonna have to take some shots to get there. But when you get there, you can't be happy with we got there and let him tie you up. You have to work. And when he goes to grab and hold, you gotta be willing to lose a point. If my son was preparing for this fight, I would tell him the first time Shakur lets you get close because you took some punches to get there and then try to tie you up, pick him up and slam him. Do not pick him up and hold him in the air and wait for the ref to say put him down. Pick his ass up and slam the shit out of him. And when he complains to the ref, look at the ref and say, tell him stop holding. Let's get that straight early. Make the ref bring both of y'all together and say, come on, man, we're not gonna have these shenanigans. And you reinforce. Don't let him do what he does.
But what if he dunk him too hard, coach, and he pop a shoulder out or something? We don't want to get disqualified.
I take that. I'm still getting my.
Because remember, Bull slammed B-Hop and popped B-Hop's shoulder out.
No, B-Hop played, man. B-Hop
no, it wasn't. The B-Hop fought with a popped out
bro.
shoulder against Antoine Eccles. No, he didn't.
Listen to this, bro.
Go ahead.
In order to win this fight, Teo has to impose a mental frustration on Shakur and make him think this is not a boxing match. We're gonna fight because Shakur is comfortable as long as you make him think it's a sport. Mm-hmm. If you look at any of the bad nights that he had, is when you can make him uncomfortable. And when I say bad nights, you have to really research to beat Shakur. You got to go find the different fights where he lost. You got to look for those fights and see the consistency of the people who were able to beat him. They couldn't outbox him. They couldn't outthink him. They just made it rough.
Yeah.
You got to think
people tried to make it rough. They tried to make rough and tough fights with him, but he's, like you said, he's gifted. He's God gifted when it comes to the distance part of the sport.
Willie did. Willie gave him a tough fight.
They tried to make it a gentleman tough fight. I'm not. Listen to what I said.
Yeah, I know you talking about like a Mayorga
yes,
fight.
When you scoop him off his feet, when he grabs, he likes to push your head down and put it under his arm and squeeze. He likes to put both of your gloves next to his hip and then lock his hands underneath. When he does that, immediately slam the shit out of his ass.
Smash the light, people.
And you have to make sure when you slam him, you stand over top of him and say, cut that bullshit out. Stop fucking holding me.
But we might get disqualified. What if you got one of them scary referees? I feel you, though.
They're not going to do that in
Let them do it.
I would pick him up off his feet, but I don't say dunk him like you talking like dunking him. I don't mind picking him up off his feet and then.
Listen to what I'm saying. In the psychology of boxers, they understand when niggas do that one-up gamesmanship of lifting you up. They know you're going to put them back on their feet. When you slam shit out their ass, it's a whole different concept. Oh shit! If you look at fighters like Julio Cesar Chavez, on the 4 or 5 occasions where these guys want to do this old clowning shit, Chavez took that clowning away immediately. I'ma slam you. I'ma hit you low intentionally. They can take. Chavez lost more points than Dennis Rodman had technicals.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck.
That's why we love him.
And that's the type of shit I tell my son. Establish who you are. I don't give a fuck. When we in here fighting, no playing. None of the
Well, coach, one of the brothers in the chat said if Teo gets aggressive, it could be a long night for Teo. And I kind of tend to agree with that.
My bad. Say it again.
The brother said, and shout out to Big Drop Dre. He said if Teo gets aggressive, it could be a long night for Teo. And I said I tend to agree with him on that.
If he gets aggressive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What type of night is it if he lean back and try and box Shakur? He gonna be on Shakur's forever highlight reel.
I think he's gonna get in there. I think he's gonna get in there and not be able to figure it out until it's too late. Now what he will do is let his hands fly. But we gotta. I don't know, man. Let me just
say this.
Fight to me though.
This is the thing I gotta say. I gotta say this. Teo has to make sure that he's as disrespectful as he possibly can be. I mean, he got to say some vile stuff, man. I think
that don't affect Shakur.
No, let me just say this.
That doesn't affect Shakur.
I hear what you're saying, but I seen Shakur's face every time Teo went super low and said something crazy. When Teo was talking about taking his manhood and all that crazy stuff, Shakur looked disturbed.
Now he just looked like he's a weirdo.
Shakur looked like
he's not gonna be worried about none of that.
Shakur wasn't disturbed.
Nah.
He wasn't disturbed. He looked at him like this is
a weirdo.
Nigga, I know this nigga a weirdo. Yeah, he didn't look at him like he was disturbed.
You heard what he said, Coach. How do you answer that when he said the song?
I've been knowing Shakur. I've been knowing Shakur since Shakur was a kid. I know his grandfather. His grandfather is a master technician to go along with his Bobby Fischer. Do you really think that even rattles him? This boy been a world champion.
Have you seen him on Twitter? Have you seen what he does? He has thin skin, Coach. I get what you're saying.
Listen, no, you're not listening. Yeah. Listen, I'm not talking about his skin. He can act like a cold-blooded hoe and cry and everything. But when it comes to sticking to the fucking game plan, he's one of the best in the business.
Hands down.
That don't fade. That's why I said T.O. can do some gentleman shit and pick him up and stand him back up. Shorty gonna stick to the game plan.
Yeah.
You gotta establish that.
You don't think none of that works?
Not with him.
What up,
I
VK?
seen Sugar Shane Mosley really pressed for a knockout when he fought Mayorga. In a way I have never seen him press. He came to knock Mayorga's head off.
But this
was that man.
We're talking about Shakur Stevenson. Shakur's never been a power puncher.
Shane Mosley, Coach. I'm sorry.
You talking about Sugar Shane, one of the hardest crackers? Man.
Right. Sugar Shane could crack. He could punch. Shakur has never made his reputation on punching. Not one bit. And I will venture to say this: as great as Shane Mosley was, he was nowhere near the IQ guy that Shakur Stevenson is. Nowhere near. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
No. You just see him at lightweight. He might be number 2 to Roberto Duran at lightweight.
Yeah, but his IQ ain't there. Shane would just fight you, bro. If you punch him, he gonna try to hit you back. He gonna try to get his get back. Like Shane will just rumble you. He was good
Shane
and stuff,
in
but
his early years was a speed demon with athleticism.
With crazy power.
Based on IQ.
Nope.
If you notice, as he got older and the talent and the magic was starting to go away with age, he got beat up on stuff that shouldn't even beat him up because he was based on talent. Now, that's not a shot at Shane Mosley. He was great. But when we're talking about guys like Ali, you talking about guys like Floyd Mayweather, you talking about guys like Shakur, those guys are of a mold where I was never a great athlete. I am a great thinker.
You don't think Muhammad was a great athlete? No, I can't agree. Muhammad was a great athlete.
Listen to what I'm saying. If you look at a lot of the other athletes that do boxing, what do I always say? We got football players doing boxing, basketball players doing boxing. We got everybody doing boxing. When it comes to Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Shakur Stevenson, those are boxers who just did boxing.
Okay.
There's boxers who just did boxing. Their ability is their IQ. You could take anything from Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, or Shakur. Take one of their whatever senses you want to say. They're still gonna win as long as the sense you didn't take from them was their IQ.
Yeah. Because Shane Mosley, when I was young, he was my fault. He was our like Mayweather, because Shane at one point was 35-0 with 32 knockouts. So I agree with Coach.
Coach forgot about that.
Yeah, but that wasn't off IQ. That was just all blistering speed and power.
Shakur can't hold Mosley's belts at all, bro.
Man,
he got some more work to do.
I think he could
beat his prime. He beat Oscar in his prime, dog. You got to put some respect.
Hey, let me.
I agree with you.
Y'all go off there weak. Vernon Forrester Forrester just had his number. That's it. That's why y'all do that.
And so they're winking.
Listen to what I say. How many tall guys has Floyd, Ali, and Shakur figured out without I gotta go get real close and throw overhands and touch their body? These guys are outboxing guys who that's not the traditional way you beat them.
And
I'm not talking about average guys. I'm talking about above average guys. Their IQ is their thing. If Teofimo goes in there and tries to IQ with Shakur, you know in the first round. I'll give you another better example.
Devin versus Ryan was a great example.
No, you know my favorite, one of my two favorite fighters is Marvin Hagler. That's what I brought my son up on. Marvin Hagler was a very good boxer. One of the best boxers.
Good jab.
But he knew if I take my black ass in there and try and box Thomas Hearns, he gonna beat the shit out of me. What did Marvin Hagler do? He turned it into an ugly war, and he got the knockout. If he go in there and fight that way, if he fights that way, Teofimo has a shot at beating Shakur.
Yeah, that's what.
Can I ask a question? Can I get a question off? Can I get a question off?
Give us a response. Go ahead.
I want to ask Coach a question in this situation. I hear what you're saying, right? My question is this. First thing, well, when we're talking about styles, right? People say styles make fights. And I want your thoughts on this. Styles make fights. I disagree with that. The individual who can implement their style is what makes the fight. You have to implement it. You can have a certain style, and if somebody can come in with a different style and implement theirs better than you can, then you're gonna lose that fight. I think this is the same case, and this is my question, Coach. Who do you think implement their style better, Shakur or Teo?
I'm gonna say this on that first. I think you might have you're right when you say what you say. I don't say you're wrong, but the concept of when people say styles make fights, they're saying if both fighters have opposite styles that dance well with each other, and they both bring their best day to the ring, then we're gonna see a great fight. That's what they mean when they say styles make fight. Now, I
disagree with you.
Let him finish.
You ain't even let him finish, Doug.
Let him finish, Doug.
I'm telling them now.
We here all night.
Doug is out of order already.
All night, baby. Let him finish. There you go.
I ain't said nothing.
You out of order, Doug.
Now, when it comes to implementation, I don't think either one of them would have a problem implementing their style. I don't think either one of them can cross out the other style implementation because they've been doing this for too long. Their style is like walking. They've been doing it so long that they're going to implement their style because they don't know how not to. It's like somebody says, well, not somebody. Big Gary used to tell us in the gym, I don't want you to do it till you got it right. I want you to do it till you can't do it wrong. When somebody does something so much, their muscle memory can't do it wrong. They just don't know how. So implementation, when you're talking about younger fighters versus older fighters, you can say, does he have a degree of maybe making him not be able to implement? But when you're talking about two well-established, well-experienced, pedigreed fighters from the amateurs, they're both going to implement their style. That's not going to stop. There's nothing you can change about that. You can't name a time when they weren't. Even when Teo has lost, he was still able to beat Teo. That's what I mean by that. In order for him to get this win, he's gonna have to be the opposite of what makes him comfortable. Somebody has to be the bull, somebody has to be the matador. In order for Teo to make Shakur be the bull, he has to come out and comfortably win the first 4 to 6 rounds.
Yeah.
If there's one round in the first 4 to 6 that's an even round, Shakur won't come out of his game plan. He has to feel like, I lost the first 6. The only way I can win this fight or get a draw is to win the last 6. But if he doesn't feel like that, if he loses round 1, 2, and 3, round 4 is a draw, and he loses round 5 and 6, his grandfather don't even come apart. He be like, all right, shawty, let's pitch a shutout. Because in their mind, that round that could be even, that's a swing round. And you've seen how boxing cards go in the pros. You could have a round in round 4 that's an even round. But if another fighter wins round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, then that round 4 all of a sudden wasn't a swing round no more. It got swung over to him.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Shakur. Shakur does not come out of his game plan. In order to beat him, Teo has to firmly get ahead in the fight and make Shakur know, I gotta come out my game and I gotta go get him.
Yeah.
Let me do this real quick. Go ahead, Dub, and then we want to hear from the Puerto Rican Free. Go ahead, Dub.
The only way that Teo can do that is he has to be first and be a come for aggressive style fight. That's the only way he's gonna get Shakur out of this game plan. And the problem with that is when we've seen when we've seen Teo do that, he looks bad doing it.
Yeah, he's not good at it.
He looks horrible doing it. And so if you're gonna sit here and say, and once again, I'm going back and I'm not gonna say I agree with a lot of what you say, but overall, I still stand to the point that, man, it's who implement their style. And it's much easier for Shakur to implement his style in this fight than it is for Teo to implement his to have success. You said it yourself. For you to have success, man, you're gonna have to be on that front foot. Teo don't want to be on the front foot. He worried about it.
Master light.
If he don't want to take a chance and go after Shakur, who's not a one-punch knockout guy, then he's comfortable with just getting his check. Because that's what it'll turn into, a night where he just got a very good check.
We say, you know what I will say? I want to hear from Free. Go ahead, Puerto Rican Free. Where you at?
No, I hear what everybody said, and I'm right there with Coach. The only chance that Teo really has to win this fight is by being aggressive. He's not going to win sitting back trying to counterfight Shakur, because Shakur is going to sit there and pot shot him the entire night. Shakur is comfortable with letting it be a boring fight and just outscoring him. Teo is the one that's more of a showboat. So he's gonna have to be aggressive. He's not gonna outbox Shakur. He's not gonna outpoint Shakur just sitting back and pot shot. So the only real chance that Teo has is by being aggressive. There's really no other shot that Teo has of winning this fight without being aggressive. So I agree with what Coach is saying.
Let me say this real quick. Shout out to Teo for having enough to step to a 2-time Ring Magazine champion. These young guys fighting is exciting.
Should we hold on, BVL, real quick. Let me just ask, shouldn't we say that in reverse as well? Shout out to Teo, right? Shout out to him.
I mean, he always fights the big fights. He always fights the big fights. Go ahead. But let me do this because I want, as Duffs, I want to be in order. So we got to talk about this. So this came across my desk this morning. So Vladimir Klitschko was thinking about coming back at 49 years old. I don't know if you guys seen the sparring. But he looked pretty good. What do you guys think about Usyk saying that he would personally train his countryman, Vladimir Klitschko, to get back in shape? Do you guys think that's a good or a bad thing? What would you say?
Man, Vladimir, man, how old is he, bro? Like 50?
49.
49? Man, who he want to fight?
He's in incredible shape, though. He's in incredible shape.
Man, it's a lot of... T.O. is in incredible shape.
He's not 49.
How old is he?
I don't know how old T.O. is. But I don't think he... I don't know.
But we talking about fighting, though. Like, at 49, you might want to sit down, bro.
You a hater.
And I ain't no hater. I rock with Vlad. You know what I mean? People thought he was boring. I just thought people couldn't beat that with what Manny trained him to do. You know,
Jab,
so people
jab,
was
hold.
hating. I don't care. Win the fight. You big, lean on him. Manny was to tell you what to do when you a big fight. That's what he did. Train big heavyweights. And I was just like, man, they can't beat Manny with Stewart because we didn't see Vladimir get knocked out before. But you know what I mean? The last time we seen him, man, AJ hit him with an uppercut that almost took his head off. So I don't want to see Vladimir because I like him. I like what he done for his country. And, you know, I just want to just leave Vladimir, just go chill.
And he the mayor of Kiev. What you think about it, the right side and free? What y'all think about, you know, my man Usyk saying he would train Vladimir to get back in the ring? What would you,
He don't need to train Vladimir. He ain't better than...
Vladimir don't need to come back. Who are you gonna get in the ring with? Derek Chisora?
Man, Chisora beat him up.
These young guys is not who this is heavyweight. It ain't like he's fighting daggone 100.
Make sure y'all share the live, man. Share the live, please. Go ahead.
He's not fighting 126 pounds. He's fighting heavyweight. You 50 years old, about to get in here with these daggone 23, 24, 26-year-olds. Man,
32-year-olds, 34-year-olds.
You gonna mess around and be in a wheelchair the rest of your life?
Well, the heavyweight champion
like
is
Manny
38.
Pacquiao.
Hold on, the heavyweight champion is 38 years old. Boxing has traditionally always been an older
That's not
man's
49
thing.
in boxing.
I'm just saying. I mean, he ain't been in the
Can't
ring in a
just
while.
say.
Hey, Dub, talk some shit to this man.
Nah, you tripping. Don't try to get Dub in on this. I'm talking to you.
Go ahead, Dub. I think Dub fell on the steps.
Yeah, you know
You gotta think about the style of fighting that Vladimir fought. He used his jab and then throw the right hand. He didn't have footwork. He didn't have a lot of great defense with his style. So you get in here with these punchers. When you was fighting, you were the biggest guy. Now you got a bunch of guys the same size or bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but George Foreman did it though, Freak. You don't think it do what George did?
Man, George was 45, not 49.
You talking about Big George Foreman, a guy who was he had a different type of style when he came back.
Yeah,
he wasn't the same George when he fought the first time. But like I said, when Vladimir was the king of the mountain, there wasn't a bunch of guys his height, his arm reach, his size, and everything like that. Now there's a bunch of guys like that, and they athletic. So it's a different era of boxing for Vladimir. So I just don't agree with anybody that's 50 years old coming back into the sport. That's like Floyd Mayweather said, "I'm coming back and I'm a fight at 154 pounds." Okay.
And I'm gonna fight what's a big Fundora? We'd be like, Floyd, man, you need to sit down, bro.
But did he beat him? Then what? But I'll say this: I necessarily don't want to see him back.
If he did, BBO.
There you go. Hey, if he beat him, y'all won't be saying this. But let me ask you guys this: another thing that came across was this, man. So we got Moser Tume getting ready to fight Jermaine Franklin Jr. Do you guys think this is a cherry pick? Fabio Wardley said this is a cherry pick. What do you think about that?
Red Freezy.
For who?
For Moses. He said it's a cherry pick to fight a guy like Jermaine Franklin Jr., who's been beat up a couple times.
It's a cherry pick. If you believe it's a cherry pick, it's not necessarily a cherry pick because a guy got beat up. That doesn't mean that the guy is not good. That doesn't mean
I hate that.
It's like I look at a cherry pick when I see a person that's fighting a guy that's nowhere near his level. That's when I look at a cherry pick. But to say a guy because he got beat up in a fight here, he got beat up in a fight there, that's a cherry pick. No, I don't look at it that way.
Yeah, I don't either. Free. I look at cherry picking as like Rolly saying he don't want to fight Devin, but he want to fight Manny Pacquiao, and I get it because it'd be more money, but that could be argued. But that cherry picking, that's what they do. These guys, it's only a couple guys that want to fight, man. So we got to just hold on. I think the young boys, like what Coach said, like what Coach B saying, like what Coach B be saying, that the young boys are the ones that like Abdullah and them, they the ones that's gonna rumble each other, bro.
They
I,
Hopefully
might.
we can
I,
get
I
Kid
think
Austin involved.
I think the concept of cherry picking, it came about when people was talking about Floyd not fighting the guys that they wanted him to fight. But then you turn around and these same people are saying, man, Floyd ain't doing what he did when he was fighting. He ain't letting his fighters fight the way he was fighting. He fought everybody. Look at Floyd's resume. But y'all was the same one to say he was cherry picking. But then y'all come around and say, look at his resume. Floyd fought everybody.
I think no matter how you put it, I think Floyd definitely did things different, just like we see Oscar do things different. I think the whole thing I'm learning, especially like when it comes to seeing what's going on with Tank in his career, you really can't blame nobody but Tank. We see Ryan Garcia get into a contract dispute with his promoter to get the Tank Davis fight. People say that was money motivated, but hey, he did it. Where I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I honestly think that Virgil Ortiz doesn't necessarily get a chance to show his skills the way he wants to because Oscar doesn't believe anymore some of those fights. Because why else wouldn't Oscar make the Boots fight? It really takes like a perfect storm because some of these promoters don't take a chance on these guys, especially when they're giving them a lot of money. I just think that's the problem we dealing with in boxing, where you're going to see more the chips fall, man. We got the first Zupa card this Friday we're going to cover, but I think we're going to see more chips fall because these guys really are not putting the work in to be noticed or to be talked about because we got people going on these rampages talking about Tank is on a run. I mean, if he is on a run, what they got to do with you? You know what I mean?
Well, the reason people is mad BVO is because they got a lot of guys and a lot of the YTBC got daughters, so they feel away.
No, I'm just saying, if he is running, why does it matter? Because guess what? You talking about it or bringing it up won't change anything. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We might not see Tank again. We might not see him again, though. I mean, I just don't think we will.
No, I don't think that. Because if they wanted to,
if the U.S. Marshals are looking for him,
but
that's the reports.
If it was that bad, then his accounts probably be froze. You know.
Yeah. So it's not.
But if his account's not froze, then are you really trying to get him? Is my question.
My thing is, if they're trying to get him, what does it really matter?
Because if you freeze them accounts, because he has millions and millions and millions and millions.
We think he
man, come on, man.
Hey, everything that good is isn't gold, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Dre said Virgil wants way too much money to fight Boots. The promoter would lose big if he paid that much.
Yeah, Virgil's a clown, bro.
I'm gonna say this, Big Dre. I think that's wrong because at the end of the day, man, you don't know what he Virgil wants. Because I'm gonna tell you this: people say that $7 million number and all that. I done heard people say Errol Spence. I heard somebody say Errol Spence got a 4-fight $1 billion deal on the table, $500 million deal on the table. Do you believe that?
I've never heard that.
I mean? I'm just trying to tell you, it's people out there. There's people out there that say some of the most wildest things for whatever clicks and views, man. Like it's just ridiculous, man. Because a fight that I was gonna talk about today, we got Deontay Wilder and Derek Ward-Chisora. I
thought they said Usyk. What happened with that?
I don't know. It looks like he's gonna have a warm up with Derek Chisora and for his 50th fight in the UK. I believe at the O2. I think that's gonna be a nice fight. I love Derek Chisora. I don't know about you, but Derek Chisora is one of my favorite fighters, man. I love how they come in and sing for him. You know, Ward-Chisora. I think Deontay got to be careful because he can go to bed if he mess around and play with Ward-Chisora, because we seen Ward-Chisora beat the Juggernaut, beat him to death. So we got to be careful, man. I think that's not an easy fight for Deontay either. For him to fight Ward-Chisora. He said, I don't think Virgil really want to fight Boots. I'll say this, Billy. We seen Virgil when he talked to Boots. Boots was stuttering and stuttering and scraping. He was scraping and scrabbling when he seen Virgil in the middle of the ring, and you could tell that who the alpha male was. It was Virgil Ortiz. So I mean, we could say what you're saying, I guess. I didn't hear Virgil stuttering the way I heard Boots in it stuttering. He could barely get a word out. So I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, we got to stop this games here, man. We know Virgil will probably break Boots' face. It's just that simple, man. We gonna see what happens though. What you think, Coach? What you think about Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder fighting for Derek Chisora's 50th fight in the UK? What you think about that, Coach?
Anytime somebody gets some money, I'm all for it. I mean, it's no need to say when a guy's past his prime. I think we all know when somebody's past their prime, except for when you want to create narratives. I mean, when you want to create narratives, but we know he passed his prime. So if he passed his prime, then we really just here to get some money.
Man, what have I ever created a narrative, man? You going crazy, Coach.
You the narrative king.
Huh?
You the narrative king.
No, you know, I keep it straight down the middle, man. I keep the boxing for the win. That's what I've always tried to do, man. He said, how can Oscar call it 60-40 with the numbers? Big Dre, I understand that Boots is black, and that's why you've gone for him, but no one knows his black ass. And I keep trying to tell y'all that. No one knows him.
How when he sells out his hometown.
Even Keith Thurman didn't know who he was when they asked about it. He said, who seen this? Keith Thurman said, who? I mean,
I bet.
Come on, man. These guys don't know Boots, man. I mean, only people that know Boots is in Philadelphia. It's just that simple, man.
That's cap.
He might be fighting at 2,300 at this point.
That's cap.
I just don't get this whole thing. What does Boots even bring to the table for Virgil? When Virgil beat him, y'all gonna say he ain't never fought nobody anyway.
That's what you gonna say.
The man's best win is Brian Castano. I mean, is it Brian Castano? No.
Hell no.
What was his name? What was that dude that hardly ever fought? Man, I can't remember that bomb's name, man. What was that guy's name?
You don't watch boxing.
Oh, here you go. I know you ain't talking. You never watch boxing.
Man, I've been watching more boxing than you could have ever imagined.
Hey, you gotta get off that. You gotta get off that ether, man. You talking crazy?
Man, you tripping.
Hey man, hey, shout out to the K2, man. Shout out to the K2.
I don't even know what that is.
No, Doug right side on the K2. I don't know what it is either, Prize, but according to BBO, I'm probably on it right now. So I'm taking it on the chin of me.
You said he got
taking it on the chin of me.
That's crazy. You don't want to. You don't want to be on it.
I have no clue what it is, but it's okay.
It's a narcotic that's going to turn you into a zombie, so you don't want it.
No, you'll be fine.
It's a narcotic?
No, it ain't that. You gotta forget Prize, man.
What is it then?
Prize is from they call pancakes and syrup something else. So you gotta watch what he talking about.
I don't know what you talking about. What are you talking about?
If you're from Philadelphia, you know what I'm talking about.
No.
What they talk about the pancakes and syrup. So if you don't know that, you're not from Philadelphia. Yeah. That's a Philadelphia thing. But I forget you from the suburbs.
Hold on. What is K2? What is K2? Hold on.
It's just like it's people use when they can't. Listen. Can you hear? You hear?
You out of order, man.
He can't hear us.
Oh, man. Oh, you can't hear us.
You can't hear us.
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. We couldn't hear it before because I was telling you what it was.
No, I thought you was talking about something else.
No.
K2, what is it? Break it down.
K2 is like some people use when they can't use marijuana. It's like a synthetic marijuana, pretty much.
So is
K2 is potpourri.
CBD?
It's potpourri.
Not potpourri.
That's what it is.
It's something you should not ingest in your body. You shouldn't ingest it in your body. It's laced with 100,000 chemicals. And they want to pass it off as something. You don't want to put that in your body. Don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
They said at the gas station.
I've never heard of K2 until BBO on everything.
You ain't never seen them people in prison tweaking?
No, I heard of bath salts, right? Like I remember when niggas in
Nah,
Miami.
that ain't got nothing on that.
Hey,
But I ain't
K2
never
came
heard of
out like around
K2.
2010, 2009. That's when K2 came out.
Did
But
it?
if you read the package for K2, it'll tell you it's an Indian potpourri.
Hold on, it come in a
Right on the
packet.
package.
Yeah, I never did that. I don't play like that.
I
It's
literally
legal.
read it.
Oh, it's
I read it.
legal. It's legal.
Yeah. So
I didn't
basically,
know.
when people used to get on papers, man, they would use
It's
that.
like drinking a couple of Steel Reserves or something, you know.
Yeah, it's the monkey oil. You know that stuff pride drink.
It's like if you
Yeah.
drink, you know what Steel Reserve is, right? Dove 211, right?
Hey, I stay away from.
Okay.
The.
And
And
the same way you stay away from 2K2, homie.
hey,
Same
It,
thing.
it was just something else that a broke person found to get them high because they couldn't afford to get the real stuff.
But people be going overboard and be spraying
Leave
their
out,
stuff
Free.
with
Somebody broke.
bleach and Febreze
And
and
that's Free's favorite thing. When somebody broke, found something.
yeah. They come out they now the young boys had certain stuff looking blue and red. I'm
But
like,
let me
man, I'm
say,
not
but let me
finna,
say this.
man.
Let me say this on some boxing stuff. I really say this, man. I'm kind of disappointed, man, the coverage that you be getting, man, when it comes to Tank. I'll say that where, yeah, I'll make jokes and stuff, but man, people really attacking the man on a different level. At the end of the day, I don't support him in any way, but come on, man. Y'all can't be saying stuff y'all saying.
Man,
Moving on.
Why not? People can say what they want to say.
Shut up, BVO. That Tank don't look for you to be his friend. You always
Yeah.
want to be somebody's friend
He'd have
after
been
persecuting them.
cuss your
Shut
ass
up.
out.
Oh, no, you said that.
Stay your ass over there.
He'd have been cuss you out.
I ain't never on this side. What are you talking about? But let me ask y'all this. This fight this weekend, how y'all got this fight going with Andy Cruz, man, and Ray Maritala? Andy Cruz told me he's gonna get a knockout. What you guys think about that?
Man, tough fight. I hope Andy can win, but Tyler gonna be tough, man. This is his coming. Like I said, this is his coming out party. He has to win, and I think he should just stick to his game plan, and just win this fight, bro. Look good in your next fight. This is a fight you gotta win.
So what you think, Free? You think with this fight, do you think this fight would have did better on a Zuffa card, or you think it's gonna do okay on a matchroom card? What do you think?
Is it going to be on a what card?
It's a matchroom card on the zone. I'm saying, do you think it would have did better being on a Zuffa card, or do you think it's cool being on matchroom where people don't have the app? What do you think?
I mean, you can't say it would do better if it was on somebody else's card because they're not coming out to see them. They're coming out to see somebody else. So, I mean, you can only say it's going to do what it's going to do when you put them on a card and they headline it. Like people always say, "Oh, if you put it'll do better numbers if you put it on somebody else's card." Well, the numbers is not getting better for them. The numbers are getting better for the other people that they made the main event.
Yeah,
It's for them. That's who get credit the numbers. It's not the people on the undercard that get credit the numbers. It's the people that's the main event that get credit the numbers. So the people that's going to come out to see him is the people that's going to come out to see him. Regardless, they're going to come out to see him.
Same question for you, Doug. What do you think about these guys? You think this fight would have been better as a Zuffa card, or you think it's gonna do good on matchroom?
Dub fell off the bike, man.
What about you, Coach?
No. I didn't fuck. My bad. I was on mute.
Oh,
I was on mute. I apologize. I don't look at fights as who's. I look at fights as far as fighters go. I don't look at it as far as promotion go. So, man, I don't think Zuffa. Regardless of where the fight would happen, I'm gonna judge the fight the same way. I don't think promotional companies should ever have anything to do with how you judge talent. That's my opinion. People can disagree, and y'all not gonna be wrong if y'all do disagree because we done seen. If you're fighting with a certain individual, hey, them scorecards may look a little different. We done seen it. Y'all may say we hadn't, but I didn't see it. So it is what it is. I'm gonna call it out. So I'm just saying it do matter but at the same time, it matters what the promotional value is. I don't know. Hey, man, make the fights, man. That's all I'm gonna stand on. Make the fight.
So I was tempted to do this.
Only a couple of them that is.
But since we got Coach and we got Right Side and we got Puerto Rican Free, and of course my man Prize, I'm gonna ask you guys this. What you guys think about Keyshawn Davis saying that he was drinking real heavy and he was having a hard time putting his thoughts together? And it just kind of sounded like he was lost. And Bernie basically said, Bernie the boxer, personal friend of the show, said, you know, the kid got issues. He need to get some help. Do you think that Keyshawn understood what Bernie was saying about that kid need to get some help? What do you guys think? Because it sounds like Keyshawn is like a psycho or something, because the stuff he's doing makes no sense.
That's not fair.
So I heard Keyshawn, I heard Bernie. I agree with a lot of what Bernie said. Hey, yeah, bro, he ain't camp with us, but at the same time, hey, we ain't living, we ain't in the same, you know what I'm saying? We meeting in the gym. So I don't know what you're doing outside of camp. I think Bernie is telling the truth about that. Also, I think Keyshawn telling the truth, man, I was getting fucked up, bro. I think somebody knew it. I don't know who, but I do think somebody knew what he was doing. I believe it, because it ain't like you could be in the household with somebody and not know what's going on, in my personal opinion. At the end of the day, my thing is this. The separation between them, I don't think it has nothing to do with any of that. You know what I'm saying? I think that, man, and I don't fault Keyshawn, I don't fault both Bernie, I don't fault none of them. Man, separations happen in both. Sometimes the fighters see things a little different than the trainer do. I think that's what's going on here. And I don't see this being a big issue. I think people making it much more bigger than it should be.
What would you say, Coach or Free? What would y'all say about it? Because, I mean, I think Bernie cares about it. I just think Bernie just made it clear that he's not no psychiatrist, man. He can't help it.
I don't know what
Bernie crazy.
I don't know what Keyshawn is looking for far in the trainer, but it could be the simple fact that he felt like Bomac taught him all that he could taught him. He can teach him. So he's looking for somebody to take him the next step further. So I mean, we don't never. I mean, unless a fighter come out and say the exact reason why they left, most of the time we don't know. Sometimes it's money issues. Sometimes it's the promotions. Sometimes it's just the fact that the fighter say, you know what, I've learned all I can learn from him. I want to go with somebody else to take me the next step further. So
I'll tell you what's wrong with Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking for a daddy. He's looking for somebody to be his dad. He already said, man, we don't know about those. Y'all remember that? When he was snapping about dads and stuff? We don't got those over here. And he's looking for somebody to be his daddy, emotional, these typical young people. That's all it is.
What you think about this, Coach? What you think about it?
He can fight, though.
I think people put a lot of, well, I tell you all the time, I think people give a lot of opinion about a lot of things with no, what do they say when people say I'm giving you my expert opinion, or I'm giving you my whatever they use for opinion?
Yeah.
One thing I've learned about boxing, 99% of the people who give you opinions have never coached a fighter, have never brought a fighter up from the ground to the top, have never managed to work with a fighter, nothing. So they can't give you an educated opinion on something they have no education in. It's like me telling a mechanic, now the engine ain't blown, and he telling me, why you say it ain't blown? Because I just feel that it's not blown. And he's telling you, I've been doing this for 20 years, 30 years. The engine's blown. And you say, but I just don't feel it. That same level of frustration that you feel from just hearing that analogy is the same level of frustration that people that deal with these boxers on an everyday basis get when they hear people say their opinion on him. I think that Keyshawn is doing what Keyshawn want to do. Keyshawn a grown man. Keyshawn is 100% grown man. Keyshawn doing what he want to do.
Mhm.
Like I told you, BBO,
Is he
a
mentally
lot
ill,
of times,
coach?
why is everybody who doing what they want to do mentally ill? How about
I
he
mean,
just doing what he want to do?
He's sabotaging his life. That's why I said that.
Let me ask you this: How are any of us to say somebody sabotaging their life?
He said it. You didn't say it. He said it.
He said,
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Hold on,
No,
coach.
no.
Hold on. No, wait a
Listen to what
minute.
I'm saying.
Hold on,
Listen to what I'm
coach.
saying.
Hold on. No, I don't. And coach, I try my best not to cut you out because I love you and I respect your opinion. I truly do. But I gotta cut you off here. And the reason I do is because he was the one who came out and said that he was the one drinking, right?
yeah.
And now I want to compare this to other situations as far as what he said, not as far as what I'm only going off of what he said. When we look at Errol Spence, the reason Errol Spence came out and said that, man, the worst thing that ever happened in my career is what? Drinking. I drank too damn much. I'm not gonna say that about Jamel, but I'm gonna say it about Jamal. I think Jamal got a problem, man. When you have drinking as a problem in boxing, bro, that kills a lot of what you do. It kills you.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying on that. Listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not. You're not.
No. That's my question. Am I in order or out of order first? And then I want to hear what you guys say.
I think you have a lot of in order with what you're saying when you look at it from the Errol Spence and other athletes' point. When we saw them, we saw the change in Errol Spence. We saw a guy that used to always stay in shape, looking like a big guy that played football. We've seen Charlos and them look the same way. We saw the Tanks looking bloated and big, but we've never seen Keyshawn out of shape. No. We've never seen him out of shape. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest.
That's not true. No. Keyshawn missed weight by he missed weight by.
No. Listen to what I said.
But that he still was
seen him out of shape.
Yeah.
Not
how you in shape, but you missed weight by.
He missed weight, but he wasn't blown up out of shape.
No, and no, we're not gonna do this. We gotta be. Hold on.
There's a difference in missing weight and being out of shape. You can be in shape and miss weight.
Yeah.
You can be in shape and miss weight. That doesn't mean.
Yeah, I just don't. And that's why I said what I said in the prefix of my comment.
Crazy.
A lot of times, people can only any of us can only give. If we didn't read a book on it, or we didn't have an example of it, or we didn't actually do it, and I say read a book, meaning you went to school, you read a book on something.
Yeah.
We can only say what we think, but we can't put any education to it because we don't have it. I'm not mad at Dub saying what he's saying because Dub has not dealt with a fighter in camp that made weight. When you're talking about one of these guys, Keyshawn could have fought that boy that same night if they would have allowed the weight to happen, and he would have still probably got a stoppage. So he wasn't out of shape. That's out of shape where you cannot perform your job duties at the adequate level that we're used to seeing. He could have done that. He didn't even attempt to lose the 2 pounds, 3 pounds. He didn't even attempt. He said, I'm not doing it. That's what he said, I'm not doing it. A lot of these guys, I put arrogance on them. They become very arrogant and they think they're above the system. And I'm going to tell you what I frankly thought about that situation. I thought Keyshawn felt as if I am a star. I am above the system. And I see other stars who 1 or 2 pounds over, like Adrian Bronner. I'll give him 100,000 and we're going to still fight him or beat him and move on. Yeah. But it didn't work out for him because he wasn't a star yet. And that guy said, you're gonna pay me because I made weight. And if you want to fight me, then you're gonna make weight. I don't want your money.
Coach.
He did everything prematurely.
Right. He did it all prematurely.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me ask you a question, Coach. I want to ask you a question. So
what up, Boxing Source?
And hey, shout out to Boxing Source.
BC in the house.
Shout out to Big Dre in the building, Bentley. Coach, you and it's a little different coming from you, right?
Run, Joe.
I know what I would think, right? I know what I would think, but Bernie came out and first, I got it, this is a two-part question. First things first, do you trust what Bernie says? Do you trust it? You yourself?
I would say yes. For the most part, I would say yes.
I agree. I agree with you. I trust Bernie. I think Bernie. I ain't a big fan of him, but I think he's a very honest individual. I think he's a very honest.
Yeah, I think he a real dude.
I think honesty is to a point. I don't. There's no man on earth. My father, my grandfather, my children. No man tells 100% of the truth.
Agree.
They tell.
We agree.
And when you put him in situations like Bernie is, and I'm not saying Bernie, but I'm just using in situations like he's in, he tells the truth that applies to the side of the coin. If Bud Crawford ever missed weight, and Bud said, "Hey, I was out partying," but didn't tell the public, but we all know, Bernie will say we miscalculated on the scale. That's what happened.
So you think Bernie will spin it? He'll spin it in Bud's favor regardless.
That's the side of the coin he lives on. How does Bernie eat? Bernie ain't eating no boxing.
Hold on. But this is the thing. And even when it comes to the and going back, I want to make sure we understand what we're speaking on, because we're talking about Keyshawn Davis, him missing weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Bernie comes out and says, and I don't think this should be a big story. I don't think it should, but hey, it's boxing conversation. Ain't shit else going on in boxing. It is what it is. I don't want to talk about Tank going to jail, so let's talk about this. I think Bernie comes out and says, man, they looking for anything they can do to pick against me. And this man, Keyshawn, come out and say, man, we on this squad. I don't know exactly. I think Bernie took offense to that. But all I'm saying is at the end of the day, as a coach, right? Do you think Keyshawn has there been a disservice to Keyshawn? I don't think there has been. Matter of fact, no. I think that he's ungrateful for the situation.
I agree with you.
I
agree with you. I think that let me say this. I know how the behind the scenes media do with some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They will choreograph the story the way they want it to be choreographed, and you will spill it the way they want it to be. If you do not do that, then guess what? You'll find yourself on the outside of the board. Keyshawn gives you. Keyshawn a chameleon. Keyshawn give you whatever he think you want at the time you want. He's sympathetic when he think he's simple.
You said he a con artist?
No, I'm saying he's a chameleon. It doesn't have to be a con artist. A chameleon is a real animal.
Crazy.
A chameleon is a real animal. It's not a con artist, but once again, you got to remember it is for what it is. You got 3. Yeah, you got to think. Every time we see Keyshawn, whether he's been at the top, the middle, or the bottom, his first action is usually a crash out. Then his next action is an apology, because when he crashes out, the people who formulated his apologies didn't get a chance to get to him before the crash out. By the time they get to him, they do damage control, and he spits the damage control.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's young. He's a young man. He's in a sport where
No, coach.
Yeah,
it's a lot wrong with that. It's a lot wrong with that. It is. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right, coach. Hold on.
It's nothing wrong with it.
I'm asking you specifically. I'm asking you. If Jaleel did what Keyshawn did, and when I say that, after the fight against what's the brother name that he went in, put hands on the
I understand what you're saying.
All right, so you understand. If Jaleel did what Keyshawn
Which one you want to move?
You would stand and be like, nah. Well, he just a tad bit of great. You would stand behind that?
Man,
Jaleel got a daddy.
my son not gonna do that. Thank you.
I
First
didn't
of
ask
all,
Right.
that.
Cause Jaleel
I'm
got a
not.
That ain't
dad.
what I asked. I didn't ask if
No,
he.
but I
Jaleel
gotta
got a
answer it.
daddy.
But I gotta.
I don't think he would do
Hey,
that.
free. I gotta answer it. No, I have to answer it in a realistic way.
Man, y'all like
When you hear these young men talk about they didn't grow up with fathers,
Yep.
that means they were raised by a mother and a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mothers and grandmothers are great women, but at the end of the day, 99% of what they do is based on how I feel at the moment.
Right.
And when you deal with somebody who raises you based on feelings, then as a young man, you're gonna exhibit a lot of female ways.
If he had his
simple fact.
daddy in his life and a solid daddy like Brother Bernard and the rest of us are, and like yourself, Doug, he would have never missed weight.
I mean, he could miss weight. Listen, what I'm saying.
No, we talking about. I
Could have missed weight, but the crash out,
and all that. Yeah, crash out stuff.
Let me tell you something. When you got
even that. Okay, he missed weight. Okay, fine, we missed weight. But all that crashing out, come on, bro, it's not going to happen, bro.
No, when you got men in your life, but when I say men in your life, I mean old dudes that you respect, a father, an uncle, a brother, somebody that they don't give you the ability to say because I'm the star talent, I don't have to listen. They don't do nothing like that. They don't do nothing like that. I'm gonna be real with you. I was young and wild. My I hate to say it, my criminal history supports young and wild. But when the OG that I fool with said it's done, it's over, cut it out. I had one time where I was like, man, you heard what I said, dog. He was like, when did you get a job? and I knew what that meant when he said it, and the conversation ended. These guys don't have that person in their life that can look at them and say, when did you become a job? And that's the piece that they missing. So when they crash out, I'm not mad because Shorty crashed out. I'm mad at every man around him that's a yes nigga. That's what I'm mad at because he wouldn't have did this. Then let me ask you this question. I got dudes that I look at like my big brother. I have a big brother. I use Jaleel. If I'm not there and Jaleel wanted to crash out, and you can ask him this, and his brother Rob is there, Rob will look at Jaleel. Everybody else holding him. Rob will look at Jaleel and say, "Hey man, y'all let him go. I wish you would." And Jaleel will straighten up like a soldier at attention. The fact that didn't happen shows that Keyshawn is running that family, and he's not the eldest brother. Kelvin, you ain't got to be the star to run the family. No. If you look at some of the best teams we ever saw,
like
the best player wasn't the best player is not always the captain of the team on great teams. It's the guy who has leadership ability. And that three-man weave that they got, those brothers, Keyshawn is the one with the least leadership ability, but the other two have faltered to him. One is the little brother, because you're my big brother, and the other one, you the star. It don't matter who the star is. It's who the one that takes the lead with y'all. And Shorty, I feel sorry for him because he has no leader. He leads himself, and that's like the blind leading the blind sometimes.
And that's where that emotional stuff come from. That's the first thing I said because he ain't got no daddy. That's why he act out like that.
But let me. I like the way you said it. But let me say this because a lot of these young boys take it a certain way, and because boxing circles are small, and I do love the way you talk about the youth and stuff. You may bump into Keyshawn one day. I would rather you say because he doesn't have a father in his life. Because us saying to these young boys, because he ain't no daddy, that's almost like sunning them, which creates more animosity. I would rather for you, and I'm saying
because he doesn't have a father in his life.
That did because you personally, you have above average sense. Some of the people I talk to, I wouldn't say if they say daddy because they don't have above average sense. So I hope Keyshawn don't run to him. But for somebody who has above average sense, I want him to be able to hear because he doesn't have a father in his life.
Right.
Because when you say don't have a daddy, that kind of invokes that anger that they already feel of an adolescent
or that emotional woman side that says, "What you mean I don't have a dad?" You know that.
I can dig it. I can dig
It's
it.
funny. I used to have a cousin, man.
I can dig it.
We used to mess with my other cousin and say, "I'm gonna leave just like your daddy did and walk out the fucking door." So,
I was only trolling when I said it like that, but you know what I mean.
I'll say this.
The coach is
I'll
right
say,
though. He
I
doesn't have a
think
father in his
Keyshawn.
life.
I think Keyshawn really it comes down to this. His mom, if anybody know her in the boxing circles, she do a lot of talking for him. I think Keyshawn needs to get away from his mom and go start a family. You got a beautiful baby. Go start a family, man. Do your own thing because what he doing now is not gonna work. I mean, going from Bomac to going down there working with Jay Prince and them, and I think little Jay does a great job with Shakur. But what works for Shakur won't work for him. And I think too many times, if you look at the pattern of it, Keyshawn really follows behind Shakur. Whatever Shakur do, he want to do. And you know what? I had to understand what Shakur was saying when he said, if I fought him, it will really hurt our relationship. And he wasn't saying it like just a friend. I think Keyshawn really looks up to Shakur. I think that's why they won't fight. So I can say for me, it made a little bit more sense why they haven't fought. Because Keyshawn looking at him like a big brother, mentor figure, because think about it. Remember, Keyshawn went back to the Olympics to get a silver medal. That was for a reason because he wanted to show that he was great. He went back to the 2020 Olympics. I don't know if y'all remember Snoop Dogg and Kevin Hart was calling that fight when y'all remember when
Andy Cruz was doing the Rain Man move.
Andy Cruz was dead. And then my man Dunock said, "What is he doing in the ring talking? Get out." See, I don't think y'all understand that, man. Go ahead.
I just think boxing messed up right now because everybody want to be crewed up. They want to be crewed up. All these dudes running
like
around
rap groups.
Yeah, they run around here crying and all this other stuff. I don't mind. Look, I don't mind nobody being emotional, but at some point, take that out the game. Antoine said it best the other day. If me and Teo can break bread, that's my man, but we will put gloves on. That's real to the game. Let me tell you something. To me, it should only be one person that if the money is right and everything lines up, that you would not fight. And that's the same motherfucker that came out the vagina that you came from or came out the set of nuts that you came from. When we came out of one of them two positions or both of them positions, I hate to be that guy, but we are not brothers. We are not brothers. We are two dudes that happen to have a very close relationship. We are not brothers. And that's the. And I think now, dudes that kind of got a fear of losing to the other, and it could be both people had that fear. They want to run to that be brothers shit. And I don't like that. And once again, I'm a man.
Were you shocked to hear Gary say that though? Were you shocked to hear him say that? Because, and I'm going to free
no, because he's a warrior. He's a warrior.
I'm saying him and Teo are super close. I was just shocked that he was that dogmatic about it.
Bruh, if you not listen here, if you're not a Russell, if your mama ain't LaJuan, your daddy ain't Gary Sr. or something of that nature, you are food. Don't get it confused. You food.
Hold on. Hey, Coach, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
I'm glad you saying this, and the reason I'm glad, my brother Free, and shout out to my brother Free, he related to the Russell. Have y'all met in the gym before? Have Free and Coach, have y'all met in the gym before?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
I mean, if I seen Bernard in the gym, it was I didn't know who he was because like I was hanging out with Gary Jones, their older brother. I've been to the gym a few times, but I probably wouldn't know who Bernard was at that time.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've been around the Russells since I was 14 years old. I've been around them since I was 14. I could show you family pictures from their family barbecues when they used to have to go down. What's that little spot down Virginia? They'd be like, "Boy, you better be at the family reunion." I know the grandma. I know all of them. They once again,
Like when
if
yeah,
you
because
if you see anything with them,
when I was hanging around the Russells with their older brother, I believe it was I want to say it was um Antoine. No, it wasn't Antoine. It was Antonio. Antonio was a little kid. Like he was little. This was back in what 2000. I want to say 2002, 2003. He was
yeah,
he was a little kid.
yeah.
So
If he
that's
was hanging with Gary at that time, Gary Jones. If he was doing, if they was in the street, they was in the street. If they was in the gym, they was in the gym. Those two different
yeah.
places. Uh,
They,
yeah, Big
I
Gary
used to
did
always
what he
come
did.
pick Gary up from or come meet up with Gary. He'd be around certain quarters. I'm like, man, you ain't supposed to be around here, dog. You supposed to be in the gym somewhere.
Yeah, one thing about them, if I remember people used to, it was so funny. People used to be like, nigga, you the only motherfucker that's not last name Russell that they have that type of relationship with. Yeah, I told him I said I just been around them so long that I know them. I know them. Like I said, I consider them my brothers. Jaleel, if you do an interview or talk to him, Jaleel, he say they're my uncles. Uh, they say that's my nephew. BBO, when you listen to think about Antoine, they asked Antoine, "What you think about Jaleel performance?" He's like, "That's my nephew supposed to do."
Hey, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
he did say that.
supposed to
I'm
do.
riding past. I'm riding past their old apartment right now. I'm
Oh,
riding right past it
New Jersey
right now.
Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of them things where if you're not a Russell, they friend you, but never think that you could ever come in there and scratch the surface of them. You gotta bleed, you gotta get scarred, you have to do a lot of stuff for them to even like you.
I mean,
So,
coach,
And that's
coach,
and that's what I
if you had
that's what I was
somebody's
telling
son's
BBO.
birthday
I was
party,
telling
dog,
BBO for a minute. And
that's
BBO
your
kept saying,
man.
"Oh no, they too good of friends." I'm saying, dog. Antoine will fight anybody outside of his brothers. It ain't
if they
nobody.
ain't,
They ain't that good of friends that Antoine is not going to fight him. Whether you say they good
I've
friends
never
or
even
not, I
seen
don't believe
Antoine
that.
be friendly with nobody but Tio like that. I mean, if you think
what,
No,
about it,
hey, Antoine was on Mill City the day before yesterday, and he
yeah.
said, "If we both got belts, that's my man, and that check look good. We both gonna eat. You damn right, we gonna fight."
Yeah, he
He
definitely said
said that. He did say that. He did say. I was
hundred
saying
percent.
all I was saying, coach, was it just shocked me that he would say that because I mean, you at the
But why?
man's
But
kid's
why? But
birthday
why is
party,
shock? But why? But why is
because
shock?
you don't even see
Let me.
nobody. You don't even see
But
Gary Antoine being friendly with nobody but Tio.
but that
That's
but
the
that
thing I'm
that
saying.
that show that I'm not trying to be funny, but that shows me you got into boxing after the peace treaty. After everybody decided to do peace, you didn't. I mean, you got to remember Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola. They the
Yeah,
best of friends. Chris
yeah, they bang, yeah,
Chris Arreola's son calls Andy Ruiz his uncle. Andy Ruiz called Chris Arreola his house and said, "Hey, bro, I need somebody to fight me. Are you in shape?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Tell him send the contract." And then you don't get no closer than that. And they fought. Man, you know, if you came into this new realm, Maurice Blocker and Simon Brown were best friends. They're the godfather of each other's kids, and they fought. They fought each other.
See, I
Like
did. I'll say that.
this
You right
new
about that. But
this new sucker shit in boxing is because these are the most cowardly boxers in the history of the fight game. The most cowardly boxers.
what about
And
Mike
because
Tyson never fighting Riddick Bowe? Is that just one case? That must be one just one outlier. That's supposed to be a
nah,
thing.
I ain't gonna say it's an outlier. You got to look at their boats cross streams at a little bit of a non-intersection. Mike was
Mm,
Mike, and then by the time Mike was going to jail, Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield were doing their thing.
yeah.
I think if you at that time and knowing how broke those guys came from, if you'd have been throwing 50 at that time, 50 million was like these dudes making 100 and something. You'd have threw 50
Mm,
million in front of both of them. Man, they would have fought each other in front of Dapper Dan. They wouldn't have waited no more.
dude.
Let me. That's why I told you BBO about sports now. Sports now is so funny because there is no intrigue in sports because everybody wants to create camaraderie. Nobody likes competition. You never would have saw Michael Jordan say trade me to the Lakers or trade me to the Boston Celtics because he wanted to beat Magic. He wanted to beat Bird. You wouldn't have saw Bird say, let me go play with Magic or Magic go play with Bird, and they're the best of friends. But because we wanted to get the beauty and the greatness of sports is competition. It's competition.
Like I'm not even a basketball fan like that, but when I heard Michael Jordan tell Larry Bird, "You bitch, you man, I can't believe you almost
cut
beat
out
me,
another
bitch."
one. Yeah, I mean, you got to think competition gone. Everybody want to be friends. Everybody we want to do it like this. We want to be buddies. Don't you? Let me ask you this. Didn't you love when the Ravens and the Steelers used to hate each other?
Yeah.
Didn't you look forward to that game between the Ravens and the Steelers when they hated each other? After the game, they shook hands. But when you knew they were going to step on that field, you had to gain my respect and friendship through battle, not because I'm scared of them. When people ask us, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say no. It's no real rivalries in these sports nowadays like it was back in the '80s and the early '90s. It's no real rivalries. Like when Washington and the Cowboys would go against each other, I remember the week leading up to those games. I remember the week. I mean the night before the Pistons and the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Bulls versus the Knicks. There's no real rivalries anymore. These rivalries is more friendship based. Like they'll say a couple of things. It takes for somebody that's not a part of that team that just came to that team to say something crazy, and then all of a sudden somebody got a chip on their shoulder. But most of the time, these guys go in there and they giving people daps in the game and patting them on the back and everything. I'm like, when they started doing this, there's no real rivalries in the sport.
But go back to I think it was Dennis Rodman's second year in the league, maybe second or third year, and Mike came to the basket. Dennis gave him a hard foul for going for the block, and he reached down to pick Mike up. Man, Lambeer came over there and knocked Dennis out the way. Leave him on the floor. And when Mike got up, he slapped Lambeer on the back of the butt like, "Yeah, teach the young boys. We don't do that. We teach them. We don't do that." Like, I'm not helping you up. Is you crazy? But that's the reason why I said what I said. T.O. can only win if he takes that type of mindset into that ring. Because anything else, it's like another day at the classroom. You're going to lift me up. You're going to lift me up, but I know in my heart of hearts, you're going to sit me back on my feet. Oh, hell no.
That's one thing that I hate when I watch a boxing match. I hate seeing a fighter when the bell rings, they dapping each other before the round. I'm like, you already dapped before the fight. You ain't got to dap every time the round starts.
Yeah, I hate that.
Y'all supposed to be going at each other.
Yeah, Shane Mosley used to do that. Always want to touch gloves all the time.
I hate seeing that. I'm like, nah, this ain't no fight. They all just going being friendly. I like to see when people, if they fighting, they don't like each other, and then after the fight, you can say, okay, you were the better man tonight. You were the better man.
DP, what up?
I mean, some of the close friends that I made in my lifetime, we fought before we became friends. We became friends because we had a fight, and the dude pushed me to a limit that I didn't know he could push me to. We ended up becoming friends. I got him as part of my team. Dude can throw.
Man, I tell my son to be friends with the older fighters. They're veterans, and they already did their work, so you got to respect their career. But I tell them with these young fighters, especially in your division, treat them niggas like hoes. Don't be no friend. Fuck them being friends. I don't want to be your friend. I'd rather you not like me.
That's why I like what Adula Mason said. They were talking about, they asked him about the whole brother situation. He said, man, I only got 4 brothers. They're standing behind me. It ain't no brothers in boxing. My brothers.
Yeah, we not brothers. Yeah, that's
This is a competition tactic I think some people use. So you'll
Nah,
take
there
it
ain't no
easy on them.
competition.
Like when the quarterback will pop you on the head and say, "Hey, man, you're doing a hell of a job out here talking to a defensive lineman." Maybe because when they come hit him, they won't hit him as hard. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know.
Nah, BVO, cut it out. Cut
I've
that
seen
out.
that. I've seen people do that.
Hey,
Hey, good hit,
the
man.
reason that most of those defensive players respected Brett Favre because Brett
Mm-hmm.
Favre was a football player. He was a
Yeah.
football player. I'm gonna take my pounding like a man, and if you do have the opportunity to hit me and you don't, I'm gonna say something to your guys. Well, he must have woke up feeling nice today. The expectation is we gonna battle. The expectation is we're gonna battle.
You know, it's funny you say that because one thing about people don't realize about Brett Favre was he won 3 straight MVPs, man. He really was balling. What was that 97, 98, 99? He was on a run, man, like never before, man. And I think
when he gave my man I'm missing his name, but I know y'all know one of y'all know it. Nah, when he gave my man Green, there was a Green from Philadelphia, gave him the sack record.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he went down, he said first play, he told his guys, let him get through, get this record, and then let's play football. That wasn't because he was doing, that wasn't because he was doing something. That man said Reggie White. He said Reggie White has been on my butt for years. And I thought it was an honor to be the one that he got for the record. That was because of the wars, not because of friendship. We went through the battle, the trenches together.
Mm-hmm.
He earned this. That's what that is. We don't have that in boxing no more. Tell me what rivalry that has animosity right now. Even if the two guys haven't fought.
The Tank and Devin thing is the only thing that really got any real teeth to it.
That's it. You had 4 guys. In my opinion, and I may be wrong compared to others' opinion. That's why I said just my opinion. They wasted their whole career waiting for Tank when they could have fought each other. They wasn't 4 kings, they was 4 queens. Did I lose you, BVO?
Yeah, BVO.
No, my bad. Hit the mute button. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, I just thought that all those guys, we should have been got the Teofimo and Shakur fight. We should have been had Devin versus Teofimo, Devin versus Shakur. We should have been had those fights. And shout out to Devin for moving on. No bullshit. Shout out to Devin for moving on. Because the rest of them dudes kept doing the Sandman thing and turning the hourglass on the side. Man, Tank back in town. He might pick one of us. Tank back in town. It ain't Tank's fault the stuff went that way. It's just the humor. Tank can say I'm gonna make a bigger net and play them dudes. They played themselves, man.
And that's the reason why I told BVO and he's about the Ron Boots and the Virgil Ortiz. He said, "Oh no, the time is not right." Well, you want to wait till one of these guys lose because it's not a guarantee that they win their championship fight. These guys are champions, but it's not a guarantee that they win that fight. That's the reason why those guys are the champions. But
yeah, you don't let that fester. That's crazy.
I mean, these guys. You got to think about it. These guys are 28 years old. They're about to be 30.
You can't compare Manny Pacquiao and Floyd to doing the same thing because they was fighting other monsters in between that. These dudes ain't fighting nobody. And if you a fan of any of those guys, you just want to see them fight. But I don't want to see them fight when they're 37.
That's why I keep saying the belts don't matter to me. I just want to see a good fight. The belts don't matter to me. The belts matter to the fighters. They don't matter to me. I don't get to take the belt home.
They matter to the young. I feel like the reason I don't say that free, and this is we'll always disagree on this because I feel like them young boys they need them belts like Abdullah.
No, you missed what I just said. I said the belts don't matter to me. They matter.
Yeah,
to the
I know.
fighters. They matter to the fighters.
I got you on that.
I already know how
I got
you
you
feel.
on that.
Yeah,
I got you on that shit.
If Devin Haney and Shakur fights right now, I don't care if it's a belt on the line. I want to see that fight. I don't care if
Yeah.
there's a belt on the line. If Jerome Booth's in this fight Virgil right now, there's no belt on the line, but we still want to see that fight. There's no belt on the line, but everybody
Yep.
wants to see that fight.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right,
You're right.
sir. You're not wrong. I just feel like I don't want to push that belts don't mean nothing because I feel
No,
like they do mean.
I didn't say the belts don't mean anything. I said it doesn't matter
Yeah,
to
to
me.
me, I got you.
I'm a fan of the sport.
Yeah,
It
me
doesn't
too.
matter to me.
And that's why, and me being a fan of the sport as well. That's why I say they do matter because I want them young boys to be able to have life changing paydays and it's just certain things.
Yeah, it does. It matters. The belt does matter to the fighter, but
The
as
only
a fan,
belt that matters is WBC.
it doesn't matter to the fans.
Man,
Per
I,
se.
I,
yeah,
I can
you're
dig it,
right.
man.
Man, I look at it like this. To me, when boxing had rivalries, rematches, and trilogies, that's when boxing was at its height.
Yeah,
I don't think right now. Let's just say Xander didn't have a belt, and he's where he is without a belt. Jalil's where he is without a belt. I think if you got that fight, it would be a hell of a fight, and
hell
fans would want to
yeah,
see it the second time. With or without a belt, fans want to see it the second time.
yeah. I agree, man. And I mean, I'm not. I don't dis. I disagree with Free to a certain extent. I would say because he's right. Because if like if two top guys fought right now and it wasn't for a belt, I probably wouldn't be tripping. Matter of fact, not probably. I wouldn't be tripping. But I don't want everybody and some casual fans and certain people to think that belts don't matter. He's only saying they don't matter to him. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
understand he is a fan of the sport. I am too. And I feel like me being a kid, the belts was everything to me as a kid. So I don't want to
Yeah,
let go.
because
That's part of me don't want to let go.
the
But
belt,
D
the belt,
Free ain't you ain't wrong though.
the belts matter to the fans when you are a fan of a fighter. I'm a fan of the
Mm-mm.
sport. If you're a fan of the fighter, you want to see
Nah, nah,
your
nah.
favorite fighter become champion. That because you're a fan of the fighter, so you want to see him to become champion. But
Yeah, I
when
guess so. Yeah, I guess.
you're a fan of the sport, you really don't care about the belt. Like
What up, Killer Cam?
most casuals don't care about belts. They only care about the fighters. They hear about the
Yeah.
big names and they're about to fight. They don't really
Yeah, I
care
guess. I
about the
guess it's
belt.
only. I guess it's only people like me that don't want to let go. You know what I
But I
mean?
would say,
Because
When
I would say
when
this,
Mike
man.
Tyson was fighting, even though he didn't
the
have a
belts
belt, he
was
still
when me and my friends. The belts was so like super dope when Mike had them Jones.
no.
We
But
was
what I'm
like
saying
we.
is, what I'm saying is, when Mike Tyson was fighting, when he lost his belt, the fans still wanted to see him fight. They didn't care he wasn't
Yeah,
champion
but see,
anymore.
when I
They
was a
wanted to see
kid
him
though, when
fight.
Mike lost his belts, I couldn't wait for Mike to get his belts back more than anything. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to see him in the ring. It didn't matter whether he had a belt or not. I knew Mike Tyson 9 times out of 10 somebody was going to get knocked out in that fight.
No, I'm talking about after he came out of prison or whatever. I was like, man, I couldn't wait for him to fight for a belt, and they threw him in there with who? Peter
No,
McNeely and then Bruce Seldon.
yeah, I mean, like, even at that point, I just wanted to see him get back in the ring. I didn't care about the belt.
See, you a little bit older than me, Free. So me as a kid, I needed to see Mike with those belts, the way he wear one around his waist and he strapped two together and put the two on and come out with the man. That
Let
is
me say,
as a kid, that was everything to me.
That's
let me
what I'm
say
saying, because
this, man.
you was a fan of the fighter.
Let me say this, man.
I guess so.
Shout out to Cam J. I know he's in the David Benavidez protection program. They're trying to keep the Mexican pussycat away from that monster, John Overtime. So shout out to Cam, man.
That's crazy.
I hope I hope BBO only see Benavidez on nights when he win. Because if he in an upset way, you hard to miss as a big old 6'5", 300-pound dude.
That's crazy.
Hey, beat me up ain't gonna do nothing.
Man, look, man. BBO, BBO, you a wild dude.
Cause you know, one thing in the box gotta understand, I'm not fighting fair, man. If you want to get cut, put your hands on me.
And
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's one of the reasons why I started feeling so strongly about the belt don't matter to me, because some of these champions was using the belt to maneuver around guys
Yeah, yeah.
they should have been fighting.
I
They
saw
was
what David
maneuvering around
Benavidez
these
said.
guys.
He going down to 160. He going back to 168.
Who said
175.
that?
David Benavidez said he going back to light heavyweight.
Well, if he can make the weight, then go for it. I mean, I just want to watch him fight.
Scary,
The
man.
only person he said he would come down for is Canelo, and it ain't worth him coming down for nobody else.
Yeah, David Benavidez is one of them guys. You know, he's just a big guy, but I think heavyweight might be too small for him. I don't
I
know.
think too big for him. He might be too small.
That's what I'm saying. I think David Benavidez might be. He's a big guy, but I think heavyweight would be too small. He'd be too small for heavyweight. Yeah.
Hey, if Chris Bird won the heavyweight title, then I think Benavidez, if he went up there with the
Yeah,
money that he
coach.
got and build himself up, I think he could be a heavyweight too.
But Chris Rapid Fire Bird was super. Like his hands and feet was a lot quicker than the heavyweights at the time. But I feel you though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I think he do it. I give him a
They
chance.
definitely can set it up for him to get a belt now. Don't get it
now
twisted.
I will say that David Benavidez, his hand speed is quicker than anybody I see that heavyweight. Now
I'll
his
say this.
footwork ain't that great, but once again, you're fighting at heavyweight. You don't need to have the best footwork at heavyweight. You don't need to
Hey,
have
his
the best.
I don't
his
think
footwork
nobody
is
go
his
down
footwork hard, but at 168, right? We agree that Benavidez' footwork is hard, but at 168, right?
I don't think it's the
Right,
best.
Hey, but at heavyweight, he's Cassius Clay.
right. That's what I'm saying. Heavyweight,
At
you
heavyweight,
don't need
he's
to have the best
Cassius
footwork
Clay.
at heavyweight.
Yeah,
But
he gonna
his
dance
hand,
circles around them dudes.
Who are you gonna fight though? That would be crazy. Like,
I
Hey,
think he got a chance against any of them.
not against
yeah.
Joe
yeah,
Walter.
Yeah,
This
he got a
man,
chance.
imagine David
yeah. That's
Benavidez
what
in
I'm
there
saying, Cam. That I don't think he
with
can go no further than he can go, bro.
imagine David Benavidez in there with a guy like Richard Torres. I think David Benavidez would beat the life out of Richard Torres.
I don't
Yep,
know,
Richard
I
bro.
Torres
agree
ain't
with you. I agree
Richard
with you.
Torres ain't a big guy.
No,
Once
Richard
I don't
again,
Torres
know.
is
I
not.
think y'all. I don't know, man. I
No,
mean, I hear y'all.
and I
What
get some water and we got one more
a,
rotation.
No,
a
Richard
heavyweight,
Torres does.
bro?
Richard Torres does nothing but throw big shots. He has no
Yeah.
head movement. He has no boxing ability. He just throw big shots.
So
If
what?
a guy,
David gonna
Then,
tire him out and punish him?
David is going to do what he normally does. He's going to
Go on
use
the
his
power.
jab. He's
Walk
going to
him
go
down?
through
A
it.
big heavyweight like that down?
No, you've seen big heavyweights get walked down by smaller guys plenty of times. We
Like
saw
who?
Roy, we saw Roy Jones walk down John Louis.
He ain't walk him down.
Yes,
No,
he
he ain't
did.
going to shit.
Did you go
Roy
back
was
and watch
boxing
that?
him.
what about James Tony?
And Ruiz. Yeah, all right, I give
James,
you that.
James,
Yeah, yeah. James walked
yeah.
him down. Yeah.
What about Evander Holyfield? Evander Holyfield came from like heavyweight, went all the way up to heavyweight. They built that body up. Remember, he
Nah,
first
but I'm
turned
saying
heavyweight.
though, walking people down. Vander will box, hit you, rock you, then get you.
No,
He
I was about
wasn't
to say,
walking
but
nobody down,
walking,
having nobody running.
no,
let
Or
me say
walking you
this.
down is when I say walking down, I mean you're wearing your opponent out. You're wearing your opponent out to where towards the later rounds, that opponent is not doing too much of anything except for trying to lay on you. David Benavidez does that to every opponent he's in the ring with.
yeah, he does. He
David,
imposes will
I
on
feel
him,
like,
bro.
He
well,
beats
I'm
their
gonna ask
body
y'all
up
this.
and to
Can
where
y'all hear me?
they're not moving around the ring no more. They're
Free,
just
can
pretty
you hear
much
me?
trying to lay on him.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear me. I mean, all David gonna do is exactly what we want in this video, man. Selling his pockets, man. That's it.
That fight is an old fight,
Oh, that didn't happen? Okay. We
man.
want to go across the game.
One round on the shadow box.
Bro,
1-5 in the ring.
come on, bro. That fight. I mean, come on, man. Did
What
he
do you think
win?
I would do?
Did
Why?
Benavidez win?
It don't
Why do
matter.
y'all feed in the BVO, man? Why do y'all feed
I
into
was
him?
I was just about to I
The
was just
man.
about to say
I
that
can't
he
help
already
myself,
went.
Coach.
I
Because
was
it's
Why do
just
you feed into
crazy.
him?
It's
I was
He is
just
crazy.
a
about to say
hard.
he already
He
went to
a
his
horrible
yesterday.
person. Yeah, he a horrible person.
He went to his
Don't feed in
yesterday with
him.
David Benavidez.
Yeah. He keep beating the same horse because we keep pulling on the reins hoping for the horse to get up. He's no BVO, man.
Hey, man.
Man, I feel like, man,
If y'all don't want to have a real discussion, just say that. I'm good.
I feel like
What do you?
Benavidez, I'm agreeing with the brothers in the chat. I feel like Benavidez max out at cruiserweight. Heavyweight, it would have to be exactly what Coach said. It had to be a certain path that he goes down.
He said
Yeah,
he
I
was
mean, but that's all.
Me
I'm
too.
just think about Evander Holyfield. When Evander Holyfield first went to heavyweight, they had that. Remember, he didn't look like Evander Holyfield that was muscled out there. We seen after he had been there for a minute. Evander Holyfield, I think with the right money and the right people, he can be built into a heavyweight.
Yeah.
He did the same thing with Usyk. When Usyk first went to heavyweight, he wasn't the Usyk that we see right now. Usyk wasn't fighting at those 225. Usyk came into heavyweight. His first fight at heavyweight, I think he weighed like 212, 210. I think his first fight
I can dig it. I ain't tripping. I can dig it.
So, I mean, it's just a matter of them growing into the weight. The same thing that Bud said. He said Earl made a mistake when he let me grow into 147. He wasn't a 147-pound fighter when he first got there, but he grew into the weight. It's the same thing with David Benavidez. When he moves up in weight, he's going to have to grow into that weight. Once he grows into that weight, he's going to be a problem.
I have a hard time seeing him against some of them big heavyweights, man. Like Daniel Dubois and stuff like that, man. That would be brutal. That would be tough, man.
It's called a game plan. You put a game plan.
I can dig it. No doubt about it.
Hey, Free, how tall is Evander Holyfield and how tall is Benavidez?
Evander Holyfield like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, he's 6'2".
And Benavidez is what?
6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, he about the same.
Okay, so they about the same in that. If you compare them from top to bottom, do they kind of match up a lot top to bottom? Just physical aspect.
No way. I think Evander is
the only thing you see different on Evander Holyfield that you don't see on David Benavidez is muscle. That's the only thing that's different.
Man, Evander crack harder than him.
He
anyway.
Benavidez cracking though.
Yeah, he is close, but not better than Evander.
No. I'm not saying better. What I'm saying is, can we physically compare them to each other?
I say no.
If we can come up with the 90% comparison, then Benavidez can win a heavyweight title.
No,
I'm not saying that Benavidez can't. I think it would be like what you said, that he has to go down a certain road.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. It's the same thing like Monster Inoue. Monster Inoue is the same height, same arm reach as Tank Davis. The only difference is the weight classes that they fight at. That's the only difference.
Shout out Teach.
Yeah.
Shout out Crush.
Yeah. Hey, let me. Hey,
I don't know, man. I hear y'all. And y'all not wrong what y'all saying.
Hold up, Free. Hey, Free. Let me give you this one. Hey, BBO. Who is Don King's illegitimate son that was the heavyweight champ? Used to wear. Nah, the one that had his head just like Don King. Your man, BBO, your man.
You're not talking about Tony?
No, I'm talking about recently.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. No, not no damn Michael Hunter. The one who won his heavyweight title because the dude hurt his ankle.
You talking about Prince Charles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think if Prince Charles was the heavyweight champion, that Benavidez couldn't beat him?
I don't know.
He might can beat him. He probably beat him.
I don't know about that.
So you don't give him no chance against Prince Charles? You give him no chance?
No. I give Benavidez a chance because I believe in Benavidez.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. You got a picture of him getting knocked down. That's crazy.
If you think that Charles that Benavidez has a chance against Charles was a heavyweight, and he was not a bad heavyweight, and he won a heavyweight title. Mm-hmm. And if he can win a heavyweight title, then Benavidez can win a heavyweight title.
Yeah, I guess so.
Somebody tore the ACL for him to win it though.
Yeah, the people that the people that Benavidez got to go through, man. I don't know.
I mean, but that gauntlet ain't really vicious though. That gauntlet ain't really vicious compared to what we see. I think he can beat him. I think he can beat Ja overtime.
Yeah, I think he can beat him.
As cheating as David is.
What are you talking? Shut up, man. You know what?
I think David Benavidez is going to beat y'all over time.
Yeah, me too. What
I
up,
put
T
like
Hill?
this. I put like this, Coach. When they fight, I got 500 cash.
Coach said he only bet 1,000.
Y'all gotta remember, DVO is the same dude that say that they're going. Ben Whitaker is the best guy at 168.
No,
Oh yeah, we gonna
I
stop
said he got a
listening.
chance. No, I say he got a chance to be. Here you go. Misrepresent
No,
what I
you,
said.
no, you.
I said he got
Hey,
a
but
chance to be.
you misrepresent what people say every day.
No, that's not.
If you was a
So let me ask, what's wrong with the blacks?
if you was a
What a mess!
What a
hey,
mess, man.
if you was an anti-hero, you'd be called the misrepresenter.
Wow. Wow.
Because you got to remember, BVO is one of those guys that always keeps it real, and I know people hate that, but they hated Dr. King for that too. So I get it, man. Shout out to my man T Hill. But I'll say this: the thing about it is, I love how all y'all do is protecting David Benavidez, man.
Nobody's protecting David.
He's only doing what we asked the fighters to do, BVO. You being disingenuous.
Put the tape on. He's chilling.
Putting the tape on to him getting hit by a guy off balance.
Well, we never seen
no
Ja.
attention.
We seen my man. Hold on, I'm a cookie right now because we seen Ja fight Breedis with a broken jaw.
Oh, that's the only guy you bring up. We seen David Benavidez when they're with a bunch of different guys. You only can bring up Breedis. That's the only person you can bring up for Ja. We seen David Benavidez in there with Caleb Plant.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. We got my man Cam.
With David Morrell. We see him in there with
Let me say this real quick. Shout out to Cam.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this, man.
Now read his comment first. Then
hold
say.
on. Let me say this. Cam is my guy. That's what they do in Cincinnati. They like to hate.
10 minutes for the club closes.
But let me say this. He said BVO calling T.O. versus Shakur, the Spence versus Crawford 2.0 is a horrendous take as well. I'm gonna tell you why he say that. Because y'all was pickle pulling Errol Spence, including me, and we seen Bud beat the brakes off of him. And that's what's gonna happen January 31st. Hold on, bro. Teofimo López is gonna beat the brakes off of Shakur. And when he do, I can't wait to see, because you the same guy that said Brian Norton was gonna knock out Devin, was gonna beat Devin Haney. So what we talking about, bro? You the same guy that said
you don't understand that you kind of put your foot in your mouth.
Hold on. We don't need no hate. Free.
They didn't even let him finish.
Free is hating already. I hear the hate in his voice.
I'll tell you, go ahead, because it doesn't. What you about to say doesn't have nothing to do with what I'm about to say.
Go ahead, Free. I love this Puerto Rican. He crazy, man. But go ahead.
Free out of control. Go ahead, Free.
You hear me, Free?
What I was saying is, by you saying that T.O. versus Shakur is going to be Crawford versus Spence 2.0, that favors Shakur, because T.O., according to everybody, fought the better competition. According to BVO, T.O. fought the better competition. So
they got Shakur. They got T.O.
When it was Earl versus Crawford, Earl fought the better competition.
Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link because my man Cam talking crazy, but that's what they do, man. That's what they do down there, man. Shout out to the.
That's what I say, Cam. He's doing everything that I would want a fighters to do. It's only a few of them. Him, Devin, T.O. Believe it or not.
I put like this.
I would say Shakur.
I love my brother Cam Jig, but he's a race.
Usyk.
Hold on. He go off race because he told me that Brian Norman was gonna stop Devin Haney.
He was wrong then. Who said that?
That's
me?
My brother
I ain't say that.
That's what my brother Cam said.
Oh, Killer Cam said that.
I told you that was overmatched fight. That wasn't no fight.
I told y'all that Devin Haney was gonna surprise a lot of y'all.
Like I said, I picked Devin Haney for unanimous decision.
I said Devin Haney gonna surprise a lot of people. Watch, and people gonna have to shut up.
I heard people saying Devin gonna get knocked out.
Man, people was tweaking.
Pull up, hey Kim, I dropped the link for you. Pull up, man. Don't do that to me. I know I'm one of the only black content creators, man. Pull
Like I
up.
said, I look at these fights and I analyze the fighters. I see what gives them a hard time, see what these fighters do, and I analyze the fight. That's why I said, no, it's not going to be a knockout. Devin Haney is going to win unanimous decision. I already knew it because
Hey,
Devin
pull
Haney.
up, Cam. I hear you, Cam. Pull
Cam
up.
said that's cap. He ain't say
He-
no issue like that. You
Yeah,
tweaking.
he don't want to pull up, man. He don't want to pull up because he did say Brian Norman was gonna knock out
I
Devin.
don't know
We
what
heard
Cam
that.
said, but I don't know.
We heard that. I don't know if Cam said. I'm just messing with Cam, but
He
I know
said
he
it,
was hating on Devin because Devin was
he
black.
just said it was a chance that Brian could knock Devin
Hold on,
out.
what did Vince McMahon say, Cam? No chance.
It's a lot of people that was going against Devin, and then
They
you
was
know what
going
they were
against
doing,
Devin because he's black, man,
and
and he
then
took his
the
muscle.
Brian Norman, the alleged Brian Norman fans, they left him hang out. They left him to hang out to dry, bro, by himself. That's why I said
Same way I did with the
I'm
Canelo fight.
still rocking with B Norman.
The same way I did with the
Yeah.
Canelo fight. Originally, I had Canelo winning the fight, but then when I went back and analyzed the fight, I was like, hold up, nah, I got Bud winning unanimous decision, and that's exactly what he did.
I'll say this. I always wonder why Bud retired after Victor Conte died. That's just a question I got. Other than
No,
that,
I told you what was
shout
going
out
to
to
happen.
Bud.
I said Bud was going to retire. It was nothing else for him to do.
Yeah, what is he supposed to do,
Fight David Benavidez.
man? Y'all get out of here.
So
Y'all
it's
say
the
the nigga so bad.
same thing with Usyk. Usyk going to fight Deontay Wilder, and he probably going to hang it
Well,
up.
they said War Chisora. What the last thing I read.
Yeah, he fights. That's what I'm saying. When he fights Deontay Wilder, he's gonna 9 times out of 10 he's gonna hang it up after that. That's the last guy that's a part of his era that he hasn't fought.
No, but they're
So,
talking about
coach,
Wilder versus
let me ask you this,
Chisora.
coach.
I know that. I
Coach, let
said
me ask you
when
this,
he
coach.
fights him,
Coach, I know they call
that's the
Jalil the
last
black
guy of his
Mexican,
era.
man. How come Jalil don't get no flack, but they give VVO all this flack trying to say I'm Mexican? Ain't that crazy, man?
Cause you a chameleon. You a chameleon. You whatever you need to be like Richard Pryor. That's my guy.
I remember I see your boy Wallow. He had both. What was it? Who did the Thunder play last year in the finals? Was that Indiana? I remember that dude had on the Indiana pants with an OKC jersey. Said both my teams gonna win.
Yeah. Well, we got a good chance this year.
BVO just like his uncle. BVO just like his Uncle Don. Can't lose with the shit he used.
Hey, we going home with the winner, man. You know.
That's why they don't mess with you.
That's actually a true story. My man came with Frazier and left with my brother Big George. He said, T Hill, I'm laid up with the wife. Okay. Do your thing, man. Have fun, man. Salute to Miss Cam J. I appreciate Miss Cam J. She always carrying Cam J on the show, man. We got to get more Miss Cam J out there, man. She doing a beautiful job. But I say this. The funny thing about it is when people talk about David Benavidez, y'all only saying it because he's black. That's it. He's black. That's why y'all say that, because he's a black Mexican. Y'all don't want to admit that he's nothing like Canelo. Canelo at his age had already fought Floyd Mayweather, Austin Trout, Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto. This dude ain't fought nobody. So it is.
You can't make somebody fight that don't want to fight, man. Stop.
Come on, coach.
Like, you're terrible, man.
Come on, coach. Come on, coach. You putting out narratives now. You see what you're doing, coach? You putting out narratives, man.
Man, you like a bad breakfast, man.
Oh, coach.
It ain't registered. Listen, nigga, it still ain't registered.
It ain't registered, coach. It ain't registered, coach.
Canelo really wanted that fight. When he offered David Benavidez $5 million and David Benavidez accepted it, he would have fought him right then and there. He didn't want to fight.
Let me ask you this, Free. You the Puerto Rican prince. So let me ask you this. As a Puerto Rican prince, what would have happened if Canelo would have stepped on this David Benavidez dude? What would have happened if he would have stepped on him? Y'all would have said he was too young, right?
Huh?
If Canelo would have stepped on David Benavidez when y'all say he's supposed to, y'all would have said he was too young, wouldn't y'all?
No. When have you ever heard me say somebody was too young because they got beat in a fight? Y'all was the one said that Fernando Vargas was too young. I never said he was too young. The man is a professional fighter.
Yeah, but he was 24 fighting a
When a
29-year-old Oscar.
when a person is too young to fight a certain individual, they don't have a boxing license. They're still in the amateurs. So once you become a professional boxer and you say you want this fight and they make the fight for you, you ain't too young. You might be unexperienced, but you ain't too young.
I don't know, man. I just think no matter how you put it, man, everybody got Shakur picked, and when Tio do it again, I just can't wait to see what y'all brothers say, man. When he do it again, I can see him now, the middle of Madison Square Garden, crying. It's gonna be like it was when Xander won. All them Puerto Ricans was crying. It's gonna be just like that. Y'all should have seen all the Puerto Ricans crying. My shirt was getting wet. All the Puerto Ricans was crying so hard when Xander won. That's how it's gonna be when Tio win, because all the blacks said he couldn't win. and as far as y'all got the Mexican Pussycat, I can't wait to knock him the F out. I tell you that right now. I wish Berterbian was a little bit younger. He probably would break Davis' face, man. I don't think y'all understand, man. He said Canelo outpriced himself for $200 million. He made several excuses not fighting DB. He terrified of DB. I don't think no fighters are scared. Would you say any fighters are scared, Coach? I think that's a misnomer.
I think that some of them are scared of losing.
But I don't think they're scared.
And not to fight, to lose.
Because David can't even punch. You know what I mean?
Every fighter has a fear factor when they go into a fight. They don't want to lose. So it's not so much they afraid of the individual. They're afraid of what happens if I lose. If I lose, what comes behind that? It's not so much that they're afraid of the actual individual. I think every fighter has a fear factor of losing. We heard Tank Davis say he has a fear of losing. We heard Shakur say he has a fear of losing. They all have a fear of losing because they don't know how the fans is going to respond once they take that first loss. Because we see nowadays that people are quick to throw away these fighters once they lose one time. They're quick to throw them away. So they don't want to lose because the fans of this era made it gave them that atmosphere. If they lose, they're not going to be loyal to them. They're going to start favoring somebody else.
Let me ask you guys this real quick before we get out of here. Who you guys got Frank Sean Cruz versus the so-called woke and goofball Clarissa Shields? Who you got? Frank Sean or Clarissa? I'm going with Frank Sean Cruz. I'm hoping to get an upset.
I think it's going to be a similar fight as the first one. The only thing that I see a little bit different, since Clarissa got to heavyweight and she had those two knockouts, she started relying on landing big shots. She's not so much boxing like she used to box, where she would outbox her opponent. Now she's trying to land these big shots on a regular basis, and that could be a factor in a fight because when you're throwing those big shots and you're not landing or it's not having an effect, it could take something out of you. And we know that Franchise Cruz, she likes to wear her opponents down. She lays on them. She hits them with body shots. She likes to wear her opponents down. So that could be a factor, but I think it's going to be a similar fight to the first fight where Clarissa Shields probably outboxed her.
I know they made their debut together. What you think about that fight, Price?
About Frank Sean?
Yeah, Frank Sean and Glow.
I mean, I like the rematch. I mean, I think Clarissa is just trying to stay like busy, get paid or whatever, but I still like the fight because Frank Sean can rumble, and you know, didn't she fight Clarissa? It was like her first or second fight.
Her very first fight.
Yeah, so I want to see because you know she's gotten a lot better. So we know how good Clarissa is, but I want to see how good Frank Sean gonna come out this one. You know, on this time around, bro. Because I feel like she got something to prove in, and I think it'll be a much better fight.
For sure, I felt like Tyson Fury. All she do is hold.
When she got better.
That's what she like to do. She like to hold you and lay on you, man. But I'll ask you guys this. What do you guys think about Clarissa Shields going on? What was it? Hood boxing? Trying to defend herself. What was that? Hood boxing something? I can't remember the name. And you guys know what I'm talking about.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, Clarissa Shields went on there and defended herself and then got mad and said that wasn't her talking. Can you imagine somebody calling in to defend themselves? That's kind of crazy. Am I wrong to think that, Rick? Why was she calling to defend herself? I don't think freaking hear me.
What you say?
No, I was saying, what do you think about Clarissa Shields calling to a YouTube channel trying to defend, like acting like she was a fan, defending her, defending Clarissa, but it was really Clarissa on the phone? Does that show you that she has thin skin or what?
No, I mean, Clarissa and Franchise are real good friends. They're real good friends.
No, but I'm talking about Clarissa defending herself
Alicia.
On the radio. No, she basically was saying that all the stuff with her and Papoose and just a bunch of that, all that.
Are you talking about when they tried to say she called in as a fake person and people realized it was her?
That was her.
I didn't hear the audio. I gotta hear the audio.
That was her, man. That was her. She called in.
I said, man, I'm not even playing them little childish games, bro. I didn't even click the audio, so maybe I will though.
Yeah, she called in as herself and tried to defend her own moves and stuff. I think Clarissa Shields got thin skin, and I think if you got thin skin, you gotta get out the public eye because the public eye is tough, man. One of my favorite players to watch as a kid, Alex Rodriguez, he used to like not be comfortable in his own skin, and when you're not comfortable in your own skin, man, it shows. It really shows, man, because no matter what nobody's saying, it's your life. You know what I'm saying? If she's happy, that's all that matters. But I feel like Clarissa be trying to like prove something to somebody. You know what I mean? I don't think that's the right way. What you say?
I don't know. I only know because nowadays these guys
Hood champion, that's what it was. Hood champion boxing. My bad. Hood champion boxing for podcast. That's what it was on. Free Hood champion boxing podcast.
I never heard of them.
Cool pod. I've never heard of them before either, but they did that thing. We gotta get us a viral moment, man.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to everybody, man. We just hit 6,800 subscribers, man. We ain't never bought one subscriber. I thank everybody for supporting us, man. We one of the only shows, man, to tell you about Jesus Christ, tell you about boxing. We talk about family, everything, man. So I appreciate everybody supporting the Doghouse. Shout out to the Doghouse, man.
Yeah.
We here to do our thing, man. Clarissa Shields, I just think she's a great fighter. I just think, man, it just sucks when you're not comfortable in your own skin. There's nobody that can fix that for her. I mean, she just come off like she just so insecure about everything. It's just sad, man. What do you guys think about that?
She needed to leave the past in the past. She looks good now. And that's all that matters. I mean, people dig up your past. This internet weird. You know, they'll go dig up your past. They want to know your sister's name, what your baby mom looked like, or all kind of weird stuff. So, you know, I kind of get her, but see, the difference between me and her is, and I know I'm a dude and she a female, but I'm just saying, I would just like not comment. I wouldn't worry about it. I probably wouldn't read the comments too much. I probably wouldn't. I would listen to what they say, and then people be hating. You know what I mean? I just let them hate. You know what I mean? I wouldn't get all, you know, and try to want to argue with everybody on Twitter and like how Tank diss his own fans and stuff. He disses his biggest supporters, so he don't care about shit. But other than that,
I've never heard him come out the Rise podcast. What are you talking about? That's his biggest supporter.
No, yeah, well, there's other supporters he has, you know, but shout out to the Rise and them. But like I'm just saying, he's just
Squeeze.
Yeah, come back, Squeeze. I ain't talked to him in a minute. We was talking about that female-ish. Hit me up. But I you know, like I feel like Clarissa just need to focus on what she got going on now. Be the champ. Be a beautiful woman that you are. Your body looks good. Your teeth look nice. You got a nice smile. I'd bring you home to my family, you know, so You got a great career. Hell yeah, I'd bring you home to my grandparents, and they probably love you, But at the end of the day, you need to just focus on what you got going on now, shorty. You got a situation. You got a situation. I ain't lame. You got a situation. I'm not lame.
That girl wouldn't make it past the Motel 8. Stop playing.
Shoot. If I bought her home the way she looked right now, and the career that she has right now, and I bought her on to my grandparents and say, hey, mom, hey, pop, mom, everybody, son, daughter, everybody, this is my new lady, Clarissa. They like Clarissa. She probably have a good personality. And then I'll tell her.
Clarissa remind me of one of those women that'll steal the change out your car.
Man, come on, man. You a hater. Man, it's time to go to bed. Go to bed.
Hey, you don't think so? I think Clarissa will steal the change out your car.
Man, that girl, she got more money than we do.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about before she got the money.
Then she had sponsors. She had Olympic gold. She won gold medal. If I bought my home and say, look, she won gold medal in boxing, man, my family would be happy as hell.
Well, I think the only person be happy is Tony the Tiger, man.
Yeah, all right, you tripping.
Shout out to Providence, aka Mr. Tony the Tiger, talking about he bringing gold medals home.
Hell yeah.
On that note, man, make sure y'all subscribe to my brother Karen J. Make sure y'all check out Vacate. Everybody that's got a channel. Shout out to Honey Butter. Appreciate everybody showing love, man. On that note, man, we out here, y'all. Peace. Oh, you got anything free before we go? I think free gone. All right, y'all. Peace.
What's up, guys? Chris Algieri here. Big shout out to BVO Sports TV.
Shout out to BVO Sports TV. Make sure you tune in right away. Hottest in the city, hottest in the U.S.
Shout out to the whole YTBC, and definitely shout out to BVO Boxing. Go check them out on YouTube. One of the dopest content creators.
Dang, I can't.
You